So we've covered a good amount now. Let's go ahead and recap. I want to take this very slow for you guys, explain everything in thorough detail with a lot of wrap-ups to make sure that you guys get everything and that everything sinks into those big brains of yours. Anyways, so we start over here at the product backlog. That is where we create the higher level items that we are going to develop. If you remember, we created our product backlog with different items such as creating a homepage, resource page, lessons page, and so on, that we're going to take multiple sprints to create this in our qtptutorial.net website. Once we have a bunch of those product items, we are going to take those items. You can see that depicted here with the golden boxes. Take those items and we're going to put it into our sprint backlog. And in our sprint backlog, we're going to have several of those items and we're going to need to pick one, prioritize it. That comes as just like a team decision with the product owners and the team. We help each other to figure out what is the most important task next. And then we add those items to our sprint, as you guys saw here. So we took this login and then we put in our sprint backlog and we broke those items down. And then we broke those tasks. These are actually user stories right here. Right now, this is a user story. Excuse my beautiful handwriting, but it's just the mouse. The mouse is not so good right here. Anyways, so this is a user story. This is another user story. And we broke them down into multiple user stories, and now we're going to tackle these sprint by sprint in this time box sequence. Once we finish one that has been fully developed and tested, we're going to take in another one and we're going to finish it. Once it's been fully developed and tested and the code is production ready, we'll pick up another one and we'll bring it into our sprint. And we'll keep doing so. And the cycles will keep on continuing. And we will keep going back to the product backlog, getting more items, putting them in our sprint backlog, taking items from the sprint backlog, working on them, releasing them to production, and the cycle continues. That is the beauty of Scrum under the Agile methodologies. So that is the high level overview. We are now going to zoom in to this portion right here of what a quality assurance engineer, an automation tester who's writing Selenium tests, what you guys are going to do inside of this cycle, step by step, every single day. And remember the importance of learning all of this, although it's not directly Selenium related, is that we are helping you guys to learn the rules so that you can then play better than everyone else. If you understand how to work in an agile environment as an automation engineer, it doesn't matter what tool you use. Whatever the tool is, the methodology is going to be exactly the same. It's never, step by step exactly the same, but if you understand the fundamentals, if you have that strong foundation holding up that brick house, it doesn't matter what you make the house out of. That foundation is going to hold up your house, and you're going to take that house anywhere and you're going to build upon it every single time, whatever the tool is. Granted, you're learning the best automation tool in the world, which is awesome, but if tomorrow Selenium was no longer the best automation tool, which it's always possible, you never know, it's unlikely, but something like QTP used to be the best automation tool in the world, and then something more amazing came along, and it's no longer the best automation tool. So same thing can happen with Selenium, but it didn't matter for me. I went from QTP to Selenium, no problem, automating everything just like I did before. The only thing that I had was a much better tool at my disposal, ready to make my automated testing that much better. So anyways, let's move on. Let's zoom into this situation where we're working in our sprints to try and figure out what an automation engineer does there, so that once you learn it, you can do it better than anyone else.